Okay, this is going to be the final video to try and catch up from Friday's lack of connectivity. And there's two things I want to talk about specifically with respect to C++. One of them is, and they're both on this slide, one of them is this piece here. This is the way C++ does templates, or they're sometimes called generics, right? So it's a slightly different take on the syntax, but it has the same function as the syntax we saw in the Java slides. And it is really quite a powerful tool once you figure out how to use it. It lets you create data structures or algorithms for classes you don't know anything about and don't want to know anything about, but still work with them, right? And in this example, it's a stack, and we could do a queue as a template or a generic as well. And that's quite a powerful thing, right? We don't need to know much, or in this case, anything about what E is as a class. But we know we can put that class objects of type E on into a stack, which is kind of nice. Now the other piece that's on this slide that I thought I should mention, and I think I did mention to the class, the in-person people, even though we didn't have network, is this STL, right? The STL acronym for C++ stands for Standard Template Library, right? And so you've got to be a bit careful. We've effectively used the standard template library or parts of it, by using IOStream or by using string, right? Because we wanted to use the string type. Now the trouble with that is, if we need, for example, in IOStream, if we need to use cin or cout, without declaring the namespace, we need to prefix both of those with std : std : in order to use cin by itself, or cout by itself, or even string by itself. Normally, if we'd have to do std string to make sure we get the right string. In order to do those things, then it's written down here, but I'll write it out again. What we need to do is, in here, after we've included things, we need to use, say, using namespace std : and if we do that, then we don't have to do this prefix in order to access cin, cout string. If you don't have the using namespace std, and you just try and access cin, cout or string, then you will get a compile error. All right, so be aware that that's something that you have to do. And I think, other than that, that was about all I wanted to do. C++ has exceptions, just like Java, so there's that dichotomy between returning null if there's a problem, or throwing an exception if there's a problem. Right, and the C plus runtime stack does very similar things to the Java virtual machine. And I think that was about all I wanted to talk about for C++.